into Peak 100.1 every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. to discover the voices, stories, and sounds coming straight from your own community. It's Local Artist Spotlight. Miss the show? No problem. Catch extended episodes anytime on our YouTube channel at Peak 100.1. Local Artist Spotlight is brought to you in part by the Eureka Room in Old Town Cottonwood. For wine, art, and a community gathering place, the Eureka Room. Experience the joy of discovery. Local Artist Spotlight, Wednesday nights at 6:30 on Peak 100.1.
So my name's Christy Fisher, and this is my latest release. It's called Pawn on the Payroll. And I tend to write things that are either have to do with personal affairs or global affairs. And this one I wrote about global affairs because to me a lot of it seems like the secretary in 1950s movies taking a fall for the mafia dude, you know?
Nice.
Right. Met him in the back room office, leather chair, cheap cologne. He slid the folder toward me, said, "You're the only one I'll trust to hold this down." Early flights, late arrivals, fake names on the hotel phone, counting cash on cracked up tables. Funny how the numbers chilled me to the bone. I was your pawn on the payroll, crawling through the cracks. You laughed, you bought me diamonds, bought my silence, and still you kept your conscience fresh. I wore those cuffs like custom bangles. You never even had to sweat, fell all the way to hell for you, and you ain't paid that price yet. I signed papers I ain't read, smiled for cameras, played the role. They call me restless, call me reckless. You called it, baby, that's how legends go. They wired up the empty warehouse. I walked in, you stayed at home. They took my secrets, took my fingerprints. You took a shower and turned off your phone. I was your pawn on the payroll, crawling through the cracks. You left, you bought me diamonds, bought my silence, and still you kept your conscience fresh. I wore those cuffs like custom bangles. You never even had to sweat, fell all the way to hell for you, and you ain't paid that price yet. Funny thing about the fire, it feels special when you're close. Like the flame is there to blast you till it's burning through your clothes. Judge says, girl, you must have loved him. I just laugh beneath my breath. Love is just a sweet excuse for walking hand in hand with death. I was your pawn on the payroll, crawling through the cracks. You left, you bought me diamonds, bought my silence, and still you kept your conscience fresh. I wore those cuffs like custom bangles. You never even had to sweat, fell all the way to hell for you, and you ain't paid a penny yet.
Welcome back to another episode of Local Artist Spotlight. It's your friend Becca here from Peak 100.1, and I'm with my good friend Miss Christy Fisher. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing so good. We are reunited, by the way. We go way back. So good to see you. And you are just one of the busiest musicians in Northern Arizona. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from?
I was born in Jackson, Mississippi. I was actually born on the Blues Trail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right.
So it's literally in your genes.
Yeah. But my parents were smart enough to leave Mississippi right around the time that things were getting crazy. But they moved to Central Florida, which wasn't much different.
Wow.
But I was in the scene, I was in the music scene, like, from the age of 13, 14, 15 years old down there.
That's awesome.
And back then, the people that did clothes for Sonny and Cher,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like Michael and Tony Braun were their names. They also did clothes for Prince. They did those pants with the buttons down the side. So I was the kid that like swept up scraps in the thing. So I was writing songs on the side. I'm the seamstress for the band, legally, right. And so I was singing backup for a lot of bands around there, doing my own thing, and then making clothes for the side for boys and band.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And can you still throw down with a sewing machine and make some cool clothes?
Yeah, and that's how the whole clothing line came out.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome. So you're a musician, you're an entrepreneur with your clothing line and everything.
Yeah.
When did you start playing music? You said you were a child, but when did you pick up a guitar?
I picked up a guitar around 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I was the kid, like, during the Vietnam War, I played protest songs around the flagpole at the junior high and high school. I was a cheerleader playing protest songs, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's
very
like,
well-rounded.
It started early, and then, like I said, I was playing for the guys in the band. One of my first gigs was at the Miami Pop Festival for 100,000 people. I was a backup singer for one of my boyfriend's bands out of the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
And it's like their manager was looking for somebody to do a cover from one of the Jesus Christ Superstar records, and I was 17 years old. This was right during the year of graduation from high school. And so they recorded me. They wanted to put me on Merv Griffin and all that stuff. So I'll do the short version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Atlanta, recorded that. They wanted to sign me to Decca, Bell Records, and all this kind of stuff. And but they also wanted to change the spelling of my name, poof up my hair, put me in a ugly little baby blue chiffon dress, and make me over. And at least I was smart enough at the age of 17 to say I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So they ripped up the contract, and Helen Reddy was the one. Did the thing. But mine sold the most in the regional thing that they were looking for. So anyway.
Took a play out of Janis Joplin's book, you know. Stick it to the man, you know.
Yeah, and the music industry just like had a bad taste in my mouth from that point on. I my ex-husband was in Frank Zappa's band and in Warren Zevon's band, but we met down during that Central Florida music scene and kind of evolved through Capricorn Records and then Boulder, Colorado, and out to LA and all that kind of junk. But I saw how the industry was running back then. It hasn't gotten that much better.
No,
it really hasn't. And it's like, and I figured at an early age that I could make more money making clothing than I could be in a band, you know. And I did that for 50 years now. So, you know, and it's like, and when COVID hit, nobody was wearing clothes anymore. So it's like, okay. And
we're all just in robes and face
and I would
masks.
play in bar bands off and on, you know, throughout my whole life just for fun. But it's like I wasn't pursuing the industry, you know.
Yeah.
And then when COVID hit, it was just like, well, what do you really want to do before the lights go out in case we never wake up from this? And it's like, well, let me put out some records again, you know.
That's awesome.
So I started focusing on songwriting.
And we're so happy that you did it, and you and I got to connect, you know, shortly after the pandemic, opening up the local place, Belfry Bar and Grill. Great place to see music too. Yeah. And got to see you there, and that's really where our friendship started. And you've just been up and up and up ever since post-pandemic, and I'm so proud of everything that you've done and everything you've accomplished, and the songs you brought here today are just so your brand. Like, the thing I love about local artists and the pool of talent here in Northern Arizona is nobody sounds quite the same.
Right.
If I put on a Christy Fisher record, I know within the first 30 seconds, this is Christy Fisher. You know, sometimes it takes 5 seconds to know it's you. It's awesome. I just really appreciate that authenticity that you still have. That 17-year-old you was right, you know.
I'm just as snarky as I was then.
Hold on to it. What are some of your favorite places to play here in Northern Arizona? Big venues, small venues? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I really like playing small, intimate venues. And I mean, I play a little bit of everything. So I play most of the wineries, most of the, you know, vineyards and winery scene. I play the BK's Italian Kitchen thing now is opening up. So I'm going to be a regular there. Like the phone call.
She literally just got that call.
I'll be the Monday girl there. Yeah, and so I play a lot of smaller ones, and I enjoy that because I can connect with the audience closer. Yeah. I play the 10-12. I'm playing the 10-12 like next week, which I've got my cover songs for people to dance and everything. And it's like I've been doing that for years too, and I play Spirit Room every now and then too. But when you're playing in bars,
yeah,
people aren't there to hear your singer-songwriter stuff.
Exactly.
Okay? And so I enjoy listening rooms. I enjoy singer-songwriter stuff. I also do a thing out in Camp Verde where they do a singer-songwriter night at the library. Yep. And it's like, and that's a really incredible listening room.
Yeah.
And then I do concerts every now and then, like in the Palm Springs area and stuff like that, of all original material. So I've got, just like the fashion industry, you have 3 or 4 different facets that you work.
Yeah.
In order to make a living,
And where which set will be a success and where you can bust out the cool songs.
Right.
And like when we talked about this show, I'm like, bring your originals because, copyright. But also that's what this show is all about, is getting your voice out there.
Yeah.
And you have such a cool voice and such cool things to say.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy doing cover songs as well. I have a recording studio, and so when I do cover songs like at the Hilton or someplace like that, or the Arabella, it's like I sound like a band because I lay down tracks.
Yep.
I lay down drums and keys and everything. I'm mainly a keyboard player. That was where I first started, was when I was 8 years old playing
And that's
piano.
incredible because I know Miss Christy Fisher as a ukulele player.
That was just a little piece of
And here she is
life.
with a full-blown guitar, multifaceted, as you said. So it's just very, very refreshing to see you, play an acoustic guitar and play these songs that are so great. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen a Christy Fisher set, go out and see one because it is a good mix of your originals and the dance hits of the cover songs that you do, and she does a pretty darn good job. Sometimes when I'm out seeing local artists around and they do a cover, I'm like, I almost prefer this version over the original. And you definitely put your own spin on all of the covers that you do.
I enjoy doing that, and I like mashing up like 80s and obscurities. The things like Elvis Costello, I'm mashing him up with the Beatles. I mash up Prince with the Eurythmics, and it's like...
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I do a jazz version of A Flock of Seagulls.
See,
and it's like,
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. We're going to slow it down. We're going to get a little swanky with it. I love it. It's so awesome.
I love doing stuff like that.
So you got this new regular gig coming up, but tell us about what other gigs you got going on over the summer. What are your plans for the rest of 2026?
Well, I have 7 gigs this week, so people can go to my website and see my gig schedule. I usually play anywhere from 3 to 4 gigs a week on average.
Popping up on the screen for you guys right now, also linked below.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best way to see the up-to-date listings, because every day it seems like I get phone calls and emails, which is really great. I have learned how to schedule vacay time.
Yeah.
And which is it's like we used to schedule gig time. Now we're having to, you need break. So I'm going up to Colorado. I do a Colorado tour usually every year in June, July, or August, sometimes 2. And so I'm going up to the Cedar Ridge Songwriters Festival up there in the first week of June. So you're
going to beat the heat a little bit.
I do that. I play around the I saw my Singing in Hot Spring tour.
Nice.
It's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like she said, you could stay up to date. What's the name of your website?
Christy Fisher, or ChristyFisherMusic.com.
Bada bing, right here on the screen. And then what's your Instagram, your social media? You got a YouTube page.
Christy Fisher Music.
Boom, it's all right here.
Christy Fisher Music at YouTube and Instagram.
Awesome.
And Facebook.
And if you ever want to catch Christy Fisher locally, go to her website, or you could stay up to date with her right here on the Peak social medias. We'll definitely be reposting your stuff as well.
Right on.
And thank you so much for coming down today.
Thank you.
Yay!
You rock.
And cut.
All right. So this one's called Plants, because in this world where everybody's blocking you because you believe this, you're blocking you because you believe that, sometimes your best friends are plants, So I like to go to nature, I'll go to nature and hang out. And I always said, if I have a dinner party, I'm just going to invite a bunch of plants, They're going to be my best friends. They're going to be my best friends. I used to think the words meant something, but some folks twist them in their hands. They promise light, but deal in shadows like thieves that hide behind a brand. So I'd take my chair out to the garden, where the truth will never bend. A sunflower never fakes a smile and just follows the light to the end. So let the world keep turning bitter. Let the headlines shout their lies. You can find me near the lilies with no mask and no disguise. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plans. They don't preach or sell me virtue. They don't gossip, they don't rant. Give me roots over rumors. Give me leaves over slants. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plants. Plants. I've seen the saints that sharpen daggers. Yeah, they bless you while they twist the knife. But an oak just stands there steady, a quiet testament to life. The ivy climbs without a whisper, the roses bloom without conceit. While people argue over kingdoms, the grass still grows beneath their feet. So send the praying hand emojis with your heart so full of hate. You say the second coming's coming. Well, honey, I can't wait. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plans. They don't barter, bitch, or bargain. They don't boast about their stance. Give me patience like willows, nature's honest dance. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plans. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plans. They don't preach or sell me virtue. They don't gossip, they don't rant. Give me roots over rumors. Give me leaves over slants. The more I know about people, the more I appreciate plants.